to pinpoint human beings.
Can you take an ancestor?
Look at my daughter full to this transition.
My daughter ripped up the mother couches in the house to be able to be with me right now. Y'all don't know what's going on.
Just the thing that celebrity parents do or white parents do. But at the age of 12, I was still trying to figure out how lip gloss worked and how my sports bra fixed on me.
It gets just like a little intense. I want to be more strict like Chloe, but I don't know why I have a hard time just saying no is no. I think I also don't want to deal with the whining and the tears.
Yo, North West is back in the spotlight again, and this time the whole situation got Kanye heated, saying Kim isn't handling things the right way as a parent. People online went wild.
You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public.
Wild after North showed what looked like a dermal-style accessory on her hand, and suddenly everyone had an opinion. Some folks were saying it looked way too grown, while others said it was just another example of things getting pushed too fast. Kanye has been vocal for years about feeling like he gets ignored whenever he tries to set boundaries for his daughter. He's talked about the TikTok looks, the makeup, and the outfits he never agreed to.
She has like a really unique style. She puts me onto so many brands. Like she just loves what she loves. Like, and it's just really fun to see someone be so creative and also know herself so much.
She seems that way.
Saying every time he tried to speak up, the Kardashians flipped the script and made him look unbalanced when he was just trying to be involved. He always said their team knew how to spin the story, and he felt boxed out every time he stood his ground. Now, people online are starting to say it looks like Kim doesn't have much control over what North does, and it's got everyone wondering if Kanye's concerns weren't as wild as they once sounded. Folks are out here debating whether he was actually trying to protect his daughter from growing up too fast under the pressure of the Kardashian lifestyle. And social media is not letting this one slide, pointing out how fast things...
Yesterday, one of my kids was really upset about something with their phone. And I was like, you know what? Then you just don't get it. And it was tears the entire way to school. And I'd say, okay, fine, here, have your phone. Just stop crying.
Things have been moving around North and how Hollywood turns everything into a show. So let's break down what really went down with this whole hand accessory situation, how Kanye reacted behind the scenes, and why he's telling people he's worried about the environment his daughter's being shaped by. He's saying it's not about drama. It's about wanting her to grow up steady, safe, and without the spotlight pushing her into grown-up trends too early. Recently, North popped up showing what looked like a dermal-style piece on her middle finger. And once those pics hit the internet, the conversation exploded.
I want to be more strict like Chloe, but I don't know why I have a hard time just saying no is no. I think I also don't want to deal with the whining and the tears of not getting their way.
I'm open to anything at this point because I can't have things. Like I had it because I ran out of patience, and that's what like my superpower was: calm and patient.
They know when to con me and when to throw the little, start with the tears so that I'm like, stop, sure, take your iPad, just stop.
Exploded instantly. Sources later confirmed that North is actually rocking two piercings, two silver studs on one finger and a blue gem on the other middle finger, which had everyone doing a double take online. People were shocked, not just because of the look, but because of how these piercings work. Dermal piercings aren't like the regular ones you see on ears. They sit under the skin with a tiny anchor holding them in place, so all you see is the stud popping out on top. There's no back, no second hole, nothing to hold on to, which also means these things can get tricky real fast. Experts always warn that hand placements are risky because hands are constantly moving, grabbing things, brushing against stuff, and getting exposed to germs all day long. Some fans even zoomed in on one of North's pics.
Jamie Lee Curtis went on TV and said, I hope they take his children away from him. Wow. I hope they take his children away from him.
And noticed a red swollen bump around one of the studs, saying it looked like early irritation or the start of the body pushing it out. People were posting screenshots and circling the area like detectives, wondering why anyone would put something so sensitive in a spot that's so easy to injure. And here's the thing. Most professional piercing studios won't do surface or dermal piercings for someone her age because they're harder to heal and need extra care. But when you're dealing with celebrity lifestyles, money, access, and private artists, things move differently. And people started saying it looks like
Times where North want to design a dress made out of bubble wrap in the morning, and I become her assistant designer for 20 minutes. And she be screaming at me, "You didn't hold the plastic right. You never gonna sell no clothes like this." This is a 5-year-old talking about, "I'm never gonna say you not no good designer." I'm like, damn, you worse than the internet, North. Come on now. Somebody gonna buy these brown sweatshirts. Come on. But so having kids really put you, you know what I'm saying? Because I could go and be the boss and be talking and having all these, Trump level bold quotes and stuff to my team and stuff. But it humbles you because I work for my daughter. I work for my kids. Mm-hmm. And it's nothing. I can't talk them out of the way they feel because they haven't been programmed yet.
Rules don't apply the same way to the famous crowd. Critics began calling out Kim's parenting choices again, saying it feels like she lets North experiment with anything she wants without thinking about long-term safety. But Kim clapped back, defending the whole situation, saying her daughter has a strong sense of style and she supports her self-expression fully. She made it clear she's not trying to dim her daughter's creativity, no matter how bold her choices look to the outside world. Kim has always said that North has a really unique vibe, and she loves letting her daughter express that energy loud and proud. But here's where things get messy. Kim already admitted in past interviews that she doesn't really enforce rules at home because she doesn't want to deal with arguments or meltdowns. She basically says she lets her kids run the show to keep the peace, and people have been side-eyeing that ever since. Now, Kanye's reaction to this whole piercing situation came in fast because he's been speaking up about the way North is being guided ever since the divorce. This new situation didn't calm anything.
She'll go to her dad. She'll be like, "Dad is the best." And she'll start crying. "Why don't you have an apartment? I can't believe we don't have an apartment. We make our own food." That's amazing that you make ramen, like great,
That you boil water and pour it onto some noodles.
Down, it cranked things up even more. According to one insider who spoke to Globe, Kanye thinks North is still too young to be showing off looks that come across as grown, and he's stressing that things need to slow down immediately. The insider claimed Kanye warned Kim that if she keeps letting things slide like this, he's ready to bring in lawyers and make noise. They said he's been pacing around, venting nonstop, saying Kim crossed the line this time, and he's not letting it go. He's feeling like this isn't just styling. It's a pattern that worries him as a parent, and he doesn't want to sit back quietly anymore. But here's the twist. That same source said Kanye is also frustrated because he feels stuck. He believes that even if he tries to get legal help, people won't take him seriously. He's been painted with this "he's unstable" label for years, and he thinks that makes it harder for him to step in as a father without the public twisting his intentions. He's not trying to start a war, he's trying to protect his daughter, but he feels like every move he makes gets turned into a headline. Every part of this situation is turning into a bigger storm, and it's clear both sides are feeling that pressure heavy. The Kardashians know exactly how to spin things, and they lean into that Kanye is overreacting angle every time he calls out Kim's parenting choices. When he spoke up years ago about North being on TikTok at just 8, the internet exploded. Kanye even made a sharp comment like, "Since this is my first divorce, I need to know what I should do about my daughter being put on TikTok against my will." And that line had people talking nonstop. Kim fired back instantly because that hit a nerve for her. She said Kanye was doing more harm by dragging her publicly than any TikTok North could ever make. Kim wrote that Kanye's constant public criticism in interviews and posts was stressful for their family, and putting their issues online was hurting everyone involved. She said divorce was already tough on the kids, and the way Kanye kept speaking out made things even heavier for them. But Kanye later said that the Kardashians were using their connections and influence to edge him out and make it harder for him to be around his children. He claimed this started even before the divorce was final, and he felt like every time he tried to stay active in their lives, doors quietly closed on him. He said it felt like a whole machine was being used to paint him as the problem anytime he asked questions or tried to set boundaries. And then there was the situation with Pete Davidson, something that the internet definitely didn't let go at the time. Kim allowed Pete, who she was dating in, to get tattoos that included her kids' initials, and people were confused about why that even happened. A lot of folks felt that was way too personal, especially considering how new that relationship was. People online started wondering why Kim would allow something so sensitive, especially knowing how it would look publicly. Around that same period, TMZ dropped an exclusive video of Pete driving a pink golf cart through a gated neighborhood with North sitting beside him, and that clip blew up instantly. People questioned the timing, the optics, and why everything seemed so casual when the situation was already tense. It looked messy, it looked rushed, and it instantly turned into another moment when everyone debated what was appropriate and what wasn't. This whole chapter was chaotic, loud, and full of moments that had fans arguing nonstop in the comments. TMZ founder Harvey Levin has long been known as one of Kris Jenner's close friends, so when anything about the Kardashians appears on TMZ, people assume the family signed off on it first. That video of Pete rolling around with North in that pink golf cart didn't just appear. Folks believe TMZ was invited inside Kim's gated community, meaning that clip was absolutely clear before it dropped. And the timing made people feel like it was meant to get under Kanye's skin on purpose. And when it comes to Kris Jenner, Kanye has made it clear he doesn't want his kids spending time around her or her longtime partner, Corey Gamble. Back in 2020, when he stayed at his ranch in Wyoming to get space, he later said he felt like Kim and Kris were pushing for him to be placed on a psychiatric hold. That's when he jumped online and publicly called them out, posting messages like, "Kris, don't play with me. You and that Comir are not allowed around my children." He felt deeply betrayed and said, "You tried to lock me up," showing just how serious he thought the situation was. Kanye also went at Kris over the way she manages her family's image. He accused her of pushing her daughters into decisions he didn't agree with, and he dropped some heavy statements about wanting to protect his kids from anything he felt was inappropriate or exploitive. He made it clear he's committed to keeping them safe no matter what pressure comes from the entertainment world. While some people took his post as emotional outbursts, others said he was fighting to keep his kids away from industry situations he believed weren't good for them. He talked about putting everything on the line to make sure his children grow up in an environment that doesn't treat them like part of a publicity machine. Kanye always said his main goal was keeping his family protected, no matter how messy, loud, and public. When Kim stepped in, she sent Kanye a message telling him he needed to stop calling out Kris because she's almost 70 and that his comments were stressing her out. But Kanye snapped right back with his own message, saying, "Y'all don't have say-so over my black children and where they go to school. They will not do Playboy," and making it clear he wasn't backing down from protecting his kids or setting boundaries. But even with all that energy, it felt like Kanye was hitting a wall. He later posted on Instagram saying he couldn't fight the situation the way he wanted because he was dealing with wars at the highest levels of control and discrimination. He was basically saying the system he was up against was huge, powerful, and impossible to beat alone. Now, no matter how people feel about Kanye, it's obvious he has a real bond with North. Whenever he talks about his children, that's when you see him soften up, smile for real, and show that calmer side of himself. And honestly, North seems to show him a different kind of love and patience than she shows Kim. Even fans have pointed that out. Kim even admitted this herself. She said that every time North comes back from spending time with Kanye, she starts telling Kim she wants to move in with him because she likes how chill his lifestyle is. Kim said North will come home saying things like, "Dad," and complain that he doesn't have nannies or chefs around all the time, and she thinks that freedom is way more fun. But when Kim talked about this moment, she completely missed the deeper meaning behind it. Instead of noticing that North liked the peace, the simplicity, and the real family time she got with her dad, Kim and Courtney turned it into a joke with that snarky ramen comment. They brushed off the whole message like it was nothing, when it was actually North telling them what feels genuine to her. This moment had fans shaking their heads, saying Kim didn't see what her
I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm appreciative.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize, They want to monetize and try.
So after Kanye dropped that explosive line about sacrifices in Hollywood, most brushed it off as another out there rant. But fast forward to today.
Literally signing a contract and selling our souls. They got contracts out there that say you can't say Jesus. When we was working on this album, people used to be coming over the studio just to say Jesus as loud as they wanted to. You can say Jesus in your studio.
And with what just came out about D4, Vida, and Celeste, those words suddenly sound like a warning shot we all ignored. Celeste's body was shockingly found inside D4VD's Tesla, and the coroner revealed it had been there for a disturbing amount of time before anyone discovered it. And here's where things take a darker turn. To a lot of people, this doesn't look random at all. It looks exactly like what Kanye claimed, a sacrifice.
New details following a grisly discovery in Hollywood. A 15-year-old girl found dead inside a singer's Tesla.
Tied to fame, but something clearly spiraled out of control this time. Instead of staying hidden, the truth spilled out into the open.
Mama was sacrificed.
Mutual.
You understand?
Yeah. Appreciate
Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood. A lot of people come up missing.
And now D4VD isn't celebrating a career boost. He's sitting in the middle of pure outrage. Celeste's family and friends are demanding answers, and the pressure is only getting louder.
I've seen the theories about David unaliving Celeste may have been like a ritual, like a sacrificial ritual, which I can see that being a possibility just because when we're talking about like old sacrificial like rituals, they do seek out virgins or seek out young women to sacrifice. That is something that they used to do. Maybe that David, during his gore content and during all the messed up stuff he was looking at, maybe he found content about sacrificial rituals.
I know about the music industry, and there's a lot of weird things that go on. These meetings they be having, it's more than just that. They plan things, it's a lot of crap.
The story keeps getting darker, and the details about D4VD are nothing short of chilling. People are now digging up his obsession with disturbing visuals and graphic content, something he even admitted to himself. He once confessed he used to watch the most extreme, unsettling material just to numb his mind and desensitize himself. That alone raised red flags, but the whispers don't stop there. Here's the part that's setting social media on fire. A lot of folks in the industry allegedly already knew about his twisted habits. They knew about the way he fixated on taboo themes, and yet everyone stayed quiet. Why? That silence has people asking if Kanye's sacrifice warning wasn't just talk. Could it explain why D4VD's spiral was allowed to go this far unchecked? And the biggest question of all, how come he still hasn't been arrested when everything points right at him? Now let's lay out the timeline that makes this case even more disturbing. Celeste Rivas first disappeared in April 2020.
Amanda Bynes, what are they doing to that girl? Amanda Bynes Kardashian. Stop acting like this is normal. This girl is 12 with colored contacts, fake anime lashes, fake face tats, blue hair extensions, plus a blacked out girl. Like, come on, it comes to a point. Even the jewelry is frying me. Baby girl's 12 going on 29.
Northwest just broke the internet again. And this time, people can't stop talking. She popped up online rocking a brand new bad girl look. Fake face makeup, tattoos all over, a shiny grill, bright blue braids, and even fake piercings. Fans are losing it, calling it too much, too soon, while others are saying she's just being creative.
It's two things I said. Tell her security not finna be in between me and my kids, and also tell her don't have my daughter wearing lipstick.
The internet's on fire. Kim Kardashian, of course, jumped in fast to defend her daughter. She's saying that North's just expressing herself and that she wants to give her space to explore her style. But not everyone's buying that, especially Kanye West.
Let me tell you something. This is something that Zayn denounced that I know for a fact. The game Angry Birds has a motion like this. And if you remember, girls are just not known for playing a lot of video games. This game was popular with girls. It was a scientific calculation that this set off a certain dopamine specifically in the female mind. What else go like this?
Tinder. What else?
Instagram.
Instagram.
He's back calling this a Hollywood initiation ritual, claiming that the Kardashians are trying to mold North into another industry-controlled figure. Kanye's been warning people about this for years, and now he's saying, see, this is exactly what I was talking about. Let's not forget, the drama between Kim and Kanye over North goes way back.
And every few weeks, she goes viral for looking like a mini adult. The media blows it up, the internet reacts, and the Kardashians profit off the attention.
When Kim first let North start her own TikTok account, and she was only 9, Kanye completely lost it. He went off on social media, accusing the Kardashians of cutting him out of his kids' lives and turning them into little brand projects. He's been shouting for years that the industry uses kids as marketing tools. And now, with North's edgy new makeover, he says it's happening right before our eyes. Back then, everybody was clowning Kanye, calling him controlling, crazy, and paranoid.
Everybody, I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I am not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney.
For trying to protect North. But look around now. Folks are finally saying, wait a minute. Maybe Ye wasn't so wrong after all, because this whole thing isn't just about some tattoos or edgy makeup. It's about something way deeper. Kanye's been shouting for years that the industry and those big tech giants use platforms like TikTok to brainwash kids, flooding them with stuff they should never be seeing.
Turned her to face the crowd like she was putting her on display.
Sure, Kanye's rants sometimes went off the rails. Even his biggest fans can admit that. But if you actually listen past the chaos, there's truth hiding in there. Every time North posts a clip, every outfit she shows off, every little viral moment, it's all feeding straight into the Kardashian empire.
Close to God, and I was like, we had this house there, and there was like these devil statues, and I was like...
That's the cycle he's been trying to expose. The system that keeps their name trending and their money growing while the kids become walking content machines. Kim and the whole Kardashian clan have built an empire out of attention, and they crave it like oxygen. They know exactly how to keep the spotlight burning. Drama, controversy, and now, their kids. Nothing's off limits when it comes to engagement, and fans are starting to notice. People are saying it's not just family branding anymore. It's exploitation in plain sight. The Kardashians aren't just a family anymore. They're a full-blown attention empire. Every scandal, every viral video, every jaw-dropping outfit, none of it's random. It's all part of a carefully crafted plan to keep the cameras rolling and the brand booming. Kris Jenner mastered that formula years ago. Controversy equals clicks, and clicks equal money. She turned family drama into big business, and now the whole world's their audience. And that's exactly why Kanye's been so terrified of his kids growing up in that machine. He's seen how it works, and he's been shouting warnings that everyone laughed off. Remember that time he blasted his thoughts on Instagram? He wrote, "Don't let Kris make you do Playboy like she made Kylie and Kim do. Hollywood is a giant brothel. Corn destroyed. My family and I deal with the addiction. Instagram promotes it. Not gonna let it happen to Northie in Chicago." That post hit hard, raw, emotional, and straight from a father's fear. Kanye wasn't just being dramatic. He was scared of his daughters being molded into the next generation of the Kardashian business. So now people are asking the big question. Is North just having fun, playing with her look, being a kid? Or is she being shaped, step by step, into the next big headline for the Kardashian empire. Let's talk facts. North is just 12 years old, not even a teenager yet, and she's already going viral every few weeks for looking like a full-grown adult. Every time she posts, the media jumps on it, the internet explodes, and like clockwork, the Kardashians cash in on the chaos. It's become a whole business model. Shock the public, stir up talk, and turn clicks into profit. And here's where things start to look even darker. Remember the Balenciaga scandal? Those disturbing campaigns that had everyone disgusted, and Kim still refused to fully cut ties with the brand. That moment told the world something important. Image and influence matter more to her than boundaries. So when people say this isn't just about North, they've got a point. Kanye wasn't being dramatic when he said it. It's bigger than one kid. This is about how the whole entertainment industry keeps pushing children into the spotlight in uncomfortable, almost disturbing ways. Now jump to 2025, and North West is out here at just 12 years old, looking like a walking Balenciaga ad. Polished, posed, and unsettlingly adult. Like seriously, how does Kim think it's okay to let her daughter wear that stuff? Especially knowing what those creepy designer masks are tied to. And don't forget, some of these photos are from 2022, when North was only 9. That's wild. The edgy outfits, the dark masks, the grills, the piercings. It's not just fashion. It's a pattern we've seen over and over in Hollywood, where innocence gets traded for attention, and nobody steps in to stop it. Now here's where things get really wild. The so-called Illuminati angle. And no, nobody's saying it's 100% real, but the symbolism, it's suspiciously on point. On the surface, North's look might just seem like some edgy preteen fashion, but when you line it up with the same patterns we keep seeing from Hollywood and the high fashion elites, it starts looking like something deeper, almost like a ritual transformation right in front of millions of eyes. Whether you believe in those secret society theories or not, one thing's crystal clear. There is nothing normal about putting a 12-year-old through a full-blown public makeover while the entire internet watches, judges, and shares every move. That's exactly what Kanye's been screaming about from day one, how the industry parades children around like showpieces, slowly shaping their identity for entertainment value. Sure, some folks are still defending Kim, saying Kanye hasn't been the perfect dad either. And they've got a point. He's had his own wild moments that made headlines. From their angle, Kim's just letting North explore her style, play with looks, and be a kid in a creative world. But that's not what has fans so fired up right now. The issue isn't the tattoos or the clothes, it's the exposure. North's not experimenting in private. She's being picked apart by millions online. Every outfit becomes a headline, every photo becomes a debate, and every move feeds the machine. That's why so many people are starting to say, maybe, just maybe, Kanye was right all along. And this right here is exactly what Kanye's been warning about all along. Social media and celebrity culture turning kids into walking brands. He's not just ranting anymore. He's seeing the bigger picture. The corporations, the platforms, the luxury labels, they're all cashing in on children, packaging them for profit, and selling their innocence as entertainment. And it's not just North. We've seen this same tragic pattern play out for years. Think about it. Amanda Bynes, Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, Willow Smith. Every single one of them was pushed into fame way too early, molded by the industry, and then went through wild public transformations that left the world shocked. Now North West is walking right into that same storm, rocking that same flashy grown-up look, that same haunting mix of innocence and image. When you mix in the Kardashian PR machine and all that eerie Balenciaga-style symbolism, it starts to feel way too familiar, like another kid being shaped for the spotlight instead of shielded from it. Of course, Kim's out here saying she's the most protective mom ever, claiming she guards her kids from everything. But let's be real. The receipts don't lie. A truly protective parent doesn't turn every school run into a paparazzi photo op. There's even been talk online that Kim tips off the photographers herself, letting them know exactly when she and the kids will be out. If that's true, then it's not protection. It's promotion. And that's exactly what's got everyone talking. Is North being raised or marketed? Gary Morgan, The former CEO of Splash News dropped a bomb when he said Kim's deep in the middle of the paparazzi game. According to him, she's not just being followed, she's staging the whole thing. He revealed that Kim often sets up her own shots, arranging the lighting, the angles, even how her kids are positioned so every photo looks flawless. It's not random, it's production. And then there's that viral clip that still gives people chills. It showed Kim walking through a mall with North in Little Chicago, and the scene turned disturbing real fast. You could see Chicago looking completely overwhelmed, practically frozen, as crowds screamed and phones flashed everywhere. But instead of shielding her baby, Kim sat her right on her lap and turned her toward the crowd, like she was putting her on display for the cameras. The moment looked less like a mother protecting her child, and more like a photo op gone wrong. And it didn't stop there. When Kim and the girls were later spotted leaving the mall, she made sure to walk just slow enough for the paparazzi to get their perfect shots, like she was timing it. Sure, it's true that celebrities can't totally avoid being filmed or photographed. It comes with fame. But let's be honest, you don't see other big names parading their kids like this. Most celebs do everything they can to hide their little ones from the chaos. But with Kim, it's like the spotlight never turns off, even when her kids are the ones paying the price. And now comes the most unsettling part, the question that everyone's too scared to ask out loud. Is North West slowly being turned into a brand before she's even had a chance to just be a kid? Because when you look at the pattern, it's hard to ignore. Every new viral look, every paparazzi photo, every magazine mention, it's all part of this perfectly timed rollout that feels more like a marketing campaign than childhood moments. It's like North's identity is being shaped for the camera, not for real life. The internet's divided. Some people say Kim's just letting her daughter live her best life, explore fashion, and build confidence. But others aren't buying it for a second. They're saying this is the exact kind of grooming the entertainment world thrives on, turning innocence into influence and personality into profit. North isn't getting privacy or playtime. She's getting a production schedule, and every post adds more fuel to the Kardashian empire, keeping their name trending and their wallets thicker than ever. Even Kanye's critics are starting to admit it. Maybe his warnings weren't crazy after all. He's been shouting for years that the industry doesn't raise stars, it uses them. And when they break, it just moves on to the next one. And looking at North now, people are starting to wonder if history's repeating itself right before our eyes. Because let's be real, it's not just fame anymore. It's strategy. Every candid clip looks staged, every innocent photo feels manufactured, and every reaction online becomes another payday. So what's next for North West? Will she grow up and break free from the Kardashian image machine? Or will she become its next masterpiece, molded by the same system that made her parents famous? Stick around because this story's only getting messier. And you already know, Juicy Reels got you covered with every twist and turn. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. And just when you think the drama can't get any deeper, it does. Because now fans are digging into something huge, the way North's image is being used to push the next wave of Kardashian branding. Every outfit, every hairstyle, every TikTok is starting to look like a setup for a bigger business move. People online are whispering that Kim's already grooming North to launch her own fashion or makeup line. Basically, a Kardashian 2.0 rollout in the making. Think about it. Kim started young too, right? Every public appearance, every photo shoot, every headline was part of the family's climb to fame. And now it's like North's following that same script. But this time, it's more polished, more strategic, and way more controlled. She's already making solo appearances. Her name's trending without Kim even in the frame. And fans are calling her the heir to the Kardashian throne. That's not childhood. That's branding in motion. Even industry insiders are starting to call it out. Some say it's genius marketing. Others say it's disturbing. It's giving child celebrity factory, one commenter wrote, and thousands agreed. The vibe is eerie. Like North's entire personality is being shaped into content for public consumption. And when you add the paparazzi setups, the TikTok filters, and the designer outfits clearly meant to shock, It all starts to feel like a modern day reality show that never turns off. Kanye's name keeps popping back into the conversation too. People are saying he saw it coming years ago. He tried to pull North out of the spotlight and everyone laughed. But now they're starting to say he might have been right. So where does this all lead? Is North West really the next Kardashian powerhouse, or just another kid caught in Hollywood's cycle of fame and pressure? The answers are only getting crazier. So stay locked in with Juicy Real, because the next part of this story might just blow everything wide open. It's honestly wild when you stop and think about it. The whole thing feels like a show that never ends. Have you noticed how Kim and her sisters keep sliding their daughters into their thirst trap photos like they're accessories for the brand? Some folks say we're just overanalyzing, but come on. When you really look at Hollywood's history and all the shady, twisted things that have happened behind those polished smiles, it's hard not to feel uneasy. There's something off about how fame and family keep mixing like this. It's business disguised as love. Because when kids start getting pulled into adult fame games before they even hit their teens, it stops feeling cute and starts looking calculated. The lines between parenting and promotion get blurry real fast, and that's what makes this whole Kardashian world so controversial. People are realizing that maybe this isn't just content, maybe it's conditioning. So now it's your turn. What do you really think? Is North just another 12-year-old trying out styles, makeup, and self-expression like any other kid would? Or is there something darker going on behind all that glitter and glam? Was Kanye actually right this whole time? Or is he just too messy for people to hear the truth from him? Drop your thoughts down below. I want to know everything. And make sure you subscribe to Juicy Real, because trust me, the next video's about to get even crazier. And you don't want to miss a single drop of this Hollywood chaos.
You can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have.
Jay-Z's so-called secret son, Remir Satterthwaite, has just filed a federal lawsuit against him. And the whispers say Beyonce might finally be ready to walk away.
Grammys, like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them.
Jay-Z has been caught cheating before, but this time the scandal is cracking the empire wide open. This drama has been bubbling for years. Remir has claimed since way back in 2015 that Jay-Z is his father, tied to a relationship he says happened with his mother in the early 90s. According to Remir, his mom Wanda had a brief encounter with Jay-Z around 1992, and things didn't go as planned.
I predict a Beyonce and Jay-Z divorce announcement in 2025. It's officially gone too far. It's too much. The allegations are terrible.
She allegedly tried to contact Jay-Z once she found out she was expecting, but claims she was completely ignored. When Remir grew older, Wanda told him her truth. Since then, he's been chasing recognition from Jay-Z, even saying that at one point Jay-Z's own team agreed to a paternity test. But here's where it gets even messier. Once lawyers realized the timeline would spark major controversy, that test allegedly never happened.
Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father?
I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like this can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, you know, it's not fair.
Now, fast forward to today, and Remir isn't backing down. He's dragging this battle into federal court, demanding answers, and putting Jay-Z's entire reputation on the line. Beyonce, meanwhile, is said to be furious, with insiders claiming this might be the breaking point in their marriage. Don't miss what comes next in this wild saga. Hit subscribe to Juicy Reel so you don't miss a single twist. Jay-Z has been dodging these claims for years, and people are asking, why won't he just take the test? One simple swab could silence everything, but instead, he's been ducking and weaving like his whole empire depends on it.
I will be watching it, be like, you know, you make all these assumptions. You make it like, oh, I'm crazy, and we running and we chasing.
Like he
I'm not chasing. No, I'm not chasing.
Waited
no
until
crazy
he got married to have kids.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are just super fans, and they just can't see past the glitz and the glam and all of it. Jay-Z had a very past. He was a drug dealer. Ain't no telling what else he got into, you know, that we don't know about. And it is not like out of the ordinary for a drug dealer to hit a few women. Jay-Z waited until he got married before God had kids. Really?
Right. They can't look past it. They so stuck.
They dumb.
You know?
Like they just dumb.
But they come to me and be like, hey, yo, you want his money. You chasing him for his money. You want the 15 minutes of fame.
And if you was, that's your motherfucking daddy.
It's jealousy too.
So I'm chasing my motherfucking daddy for money, and that's your goddamn daddy. So the whole facade of him perfect, I'm genius, I'm smarter than everybody, I'm the world's best dad. We still, like I said, we ain't seen the son that he got.
Insiders say Jay-Z knows that if Beyonce ever believes he fathered a child outside their marriage, she'll walk out the door without looking back. The man has a history of messy scandals, but he's always found a way to skate past them, until now. Rhaenyra has pushed this fight all the way up to the Supreme Court, and that move could be the final blow. Beyonce has spent decades protecting her flawless image, and if Jay drags her brand through the mud one more time, she might not protect his anymore. And here's the kicker. Jay-Z says Rhaenyra is just harassing him. But Rhaenyra, he's showing receipts and claims to have evidence strong enough to shake the whole Carter empire. One slip, one test, and this marriage could be history in seconds. Rhaenyra has said it loud and clear. He's not chasing fame, and he's not chasing a paycheck. All he wants is the truth about his father. For years, Jay-Z has been accused of using high-priced lawyers to shut doors in Rhaenyra's face, buying time and blocking him at every turn.
No, anyone, but as long as you guys, I can go in the courtroom and get a fair due process and get the truth and, get treated like everyone else, I'm cool with that. I'm not asking for much. I'm really not asking for much. I'm just asking them guys to do their job, and what's so hard about that?
And would you still want?
There are even claims of paper trails, showing how his team kept stonewalling just to make sure nothing ever stuck in court. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's attorneys have painted Rhaenyra as nothing more than a nuisance, calling his decades-long fight a harassment campaign and pointing to all the dismissals as proof. But here's where it gets wild. People who have actually sat down with Rhaenyra say his resemblance to Jay-Z is undeniable. They swear the features line up so perfectly, it's almost eerie, like looking at a younger version of Hav himself. And that's what Rhaenyra says hurts the most, that the truth is right there in plain sight, yet Jay keeps dodging. Allegedly, Jay-Z is terrified that acknowledging Rhaenyra could unravel his entire empire, from the billion-dollar business deals to the carefully polished Carter family brand. But let's be real, if Jay had nothing to hide, wouldn't he have taken that test years ago? The silence only makes the questions louder, and Rhaenyra is refusing to be erased any longer. Rhaenyra has officially filed a federal lawsuit, and this time, he's using something called the Pro-Se Legal Act to push it forward. His lawyer, Lily, made it crystal clear.
He met Jay-Z and had intercourse with him. How old was she?
I would say I think she was about 16, 17, or 16, just turning 16 or 17. I know it was one of them.
And Jay-Z was what age?
I wouldn't happen to know. I think was he in his 20s?
I read 22.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I think I read 22, but he was in his 20s.
Yes, I wouldn't happen to know his age, but 22, I'm pretty sure if they put that out there, then that's what his age was.
right? So I just want to point out to our audience that Jay-Z having sex with a minor would make that child rape because she was underage at the time. And then furthermore, the fact that he took her from one state to another state, I imagine would be in a violation of state trafficking laws.
This isn't about money, and it isn't just about Jay-Z anymore. This is about how the system failed us and put our lives in danger. That statement alone shook people, because it's no longer just a family scandal. It's turning into a fight against the entire legal system. Rymir has even filed for criminal charges against Jay-Z. In a recent interview, he blasted Jay's narrative, saying that Jay keeps trying to paint him as a greedy kid harassing for money. But here's the truth. Rymir's lawsuit doesn't even mention financial support. Once he became an adult, Jay-Z wasn't obligated to pay him a dime. So why keep pushing the money grab story? And Rymir has stayed consistent for years. Since his very first legal moves back in 2015, he's said on record that he would never take money in exchange for silence. He even told The Sun, "I've been denied the right to a fair hearing because of legal mistakes and powerful people working against me. If Jay-Z says I'm not his son, then just take the test." One test could end it all. Yet Jay keeps ducking. And the longer he avoids it, the bigger this storm gets. Rymir just shocked everyone. He officially withdrew his federal lawsuit against Jay-Z on July 18, 2025, according to filings in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California. At first, people thought the fight was over, but only days later, on July 22nd, Rymir jumped on Instagram Live to set the record straight, and his words lit the internet on fire. He told supporters the move wasn't surrender, it was strategy. "I have not stopped my fight. It's for a reason. We got to step back and play chess, not checkers." That one line had people replaying the clip over and over because it sounded like a warning that the real battle is just beginning. Now the question is, what's the bigger play here? Rymir hinted that when the truth finally comes out, it won't just shake Jay-Z's reputation, it could shatter his marriage for good. He pointed straight at how Jay-Z has treated him all these years, saying it proves one thing: Jay doesn't care about his kids one bit. This isn't over, it's only getting more explosive. 50 Cent dropped a bomb when he claimed that Jay-Z and Beyoncé didn't marry for love at all, but for business connections. According to him, that's the real reason Jay-Z keeps stepping out and why their power couple status has brought them more than 24 Grammys after tying the knot. The marriage wasn't built on romance, it was built like a business deal, and 50 swears everybody in the industry knows it. So where does that leave this scandal? Whether you believe